traders, it's Sunday and it's time for our weekly review for the week of August the 8th to the 12th. The biggest news last week was, of course, Britain's interest rate cut, which has left the pound trading at the bottom of its post-Brexit consolidated range. Purchase Manager indexes dropped below the expansionary 50 mark, and the FTSE has been underperforming compared to other European benchmarks. Numbers for the rest of the Union weren't quite so bad, with continental PMIs actually rising. Banking shares, though, came under pressure, with Commerzbank showing a reduction in profits and the entire Italian sector under stress. The latest bank to warn against solvency was Monte dei Paschi, while in Germany, the IMF has warned that the Deutsche Bank is over-leveraged. In fact, the European Stocks 50 has decided to remove the venerable institution from its ranks, along with another landmark, Credit Suisse. In Asia, investors reacted to Japan's central bank stimulus with disappointment, pushing the yen up against the US dollar. China's official PMI dropped below 50, even though the privately run Caixin measures were above the expansionary mark for the first time since February last year. Central bank numbers released this morning show that the nation's foreign reserves have fallen to $3.2 trillion, while its gold reserve rose to $78.9 billion. The Australian dollar on Friday reacted surprisingly to the Tuesday's interest rate cut and weak retail figures by rising. Friday's policy statement from the RBA spoke forebodingly of inflation staying below 2% and China's economy showing no signs of recovery. Finally, the U.S. non-farm payrolls report showed a stunning 255,000 jobs added to the economy, which may have been below last month's 292K, but way above the expected 180. On the earnings front, things are not so good, with so far 66% of the S&P's index companies already having reported. These show earnings down 2.6% from the same period last year and a fourth straight drop year over year. The main problem is energy, without which the entire map actually shows a 1.8% growth in quarterly earnings for Q2. Last week's ISM PMI shows manufacturing growth declining from June's 53.2 to 52.6% in July. And in commodities, oil has had a bumpy week, WTI riding both sides of the $40 mark, but now at a steady 42. And gold dropped heavily on Friday's NFP from around 1367 to 1341, as the dollar respectively rose. Next week's highlights include labor cost change from the US and inflation hearings in the UK on Tuesday, and the EU's inflation numbers and central bank policy minutes on Thursday. Join us throughout the week for our daily London and New York market reviews, plus analysis, and have a great trading week.